Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum as we're heading to the daily candle close. Ethereum did make that additional low that we expected and talked about in the last video. I did label here the C wave to the downside and it looked to me like one more low is coming, and we have seen this now. And ideally Ethereum is now going to turn around right now because it should really not drop below 1256. Doesn't mean it can't drop below 1256, but if it does drop below 1256, which is the 50% fib level, then we are most likely not in this wave count, and we might do that in this particular video. So I talked about, let me just find, no, I didn't draw that correctly here. You can see the 1255 level, or 1256, 1255, that is the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. I measure that by taking the length of the third wave, and then we look at the retracement, and the fourth wave is normally going into this region between the 23.6% fib level, which is the absolute minimum a wave 4 should do, the 38.2% fib level, which is the ideal level, and the 50%, which is the maximum. It should not do more. If it does more than the 50% retracement, it's most likely not a wave 5. We then talk about either a bearish option, or we talk about a 1-2 setup. Yeah, which is entirely possible as well. I did talk about that option as well, and therefore I did label this as top in place, question mark. But it is still, in my opinion, at the moment, a corrective move to the downside, an ABC. So ideally we move up. I ideally expect still one more leg up. After this additional low that happened now, I would like to see one more move up in a wave 5 of 3. Yeah, so it is now a very, very interesting moment here. We really need to turn around here, or we are falling down much lower. And I can also talk about which level we will then most likely see. So if we drop below 1255, then we are morphing into the a 1-2 setup first. That will be my next wave count. It would suggest that in this wave count here, where we have from the low a wave 1 to the upside, a wave 2 down, that yeah, we are in the third wave and there will be a fourth and the fifth, but that in this wave count, if we really drop below 1255, then we will need to put in a 1, 2 of 3, then there will be a 3 of 3, a 4 of 3, and a 5 of 3. So we'll have to move all of this to the upside. Actually, it would actually be a more bullish count, but it will only become live if we, well, more bullish, but short term a little bit more bearish, because short term we come back a little bit more, right? But even in all of this, we then need to hold the 1185 level, because if we drop below 1185, it's most likely not a 1-2 setup either. Then we will most likely come down and retest the $1,000 level, right? So it's a very, very interesting pivot point here, that that key level now. If the advantage is, if anybody wants to go long, you know, you can set a stop loss very, very tight, because you know where the invalidation point is. However, bear in mind it's weekend, volume is naturally a little bit lower, everything's a little bit less predictable. But yeah, it's getting interesting. This is the pivot point. I guess in a few hours we will know more. How do I know that wave 5 to the upside has started? Because that is still, at the moment, as long as we're holding this 1255 level, this is still primary expectation. Well, the best indication you get is if we, the first indication we get is if we now move up, first of all in 5 waves, maybe on a smaller time frame, and if we break above the wave 4 high. That is at 1275. So going above 1275 will be the first strong indication that a low has been made here and that we are going up in a 5th wave. A better indication will be a break above the wave 2 high of 1290, and an even better indication will be a break of the B wave high at 1305. Right, so it's all cascading probabilities in Elliott Wave. So it's getting interesting. Not really much more to talk about in addition to the previous videos that we talked about today, but it's all about this needs to turn around now, or it's not a wave 4 anymore. We will then have to deal with a 1-2 setup, or even something more bearish, but I can't see it at the moment because this currently looks like a corrective move down, not an impulsive one. Okay, and that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.